What's up YouTube, Day here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you an updated Blue Eyes White Dragon Chaos Max deck profile. Now, just like the Dark Magician, there is some spice in this deck that you would not think of. I guarantee you, no one can call the card that I've put in this deck that adds so much to the deck actually, because it fills in quite a lot of requirements. So I'm going to take you through the deck straight away and I'll show you what I've got, show you the spice I've added in and why I've added it in. So, without further ado, I'll take you through the profile. We start off with 2 Blue Eyes Chaos Max. Now, the reason we've only got 2 is this is searchable by a total of 6 cards in the deck. So, if you want to play 3, by all means you can do so, but I took one out for the additional spice that I've added in, and again it comes down to personal preference when we get there. Triple Vanilla Blue Eyes, again very, very straightforward on that one. Triple Alternative, again very straightforward on that one, and a single Dragon Spirit of White. I just like the fact that it's treated as normal in the graveyard, so it can be silver scryed back if you want it to, and then banishing the back row is very, very important and can actually cause your opponent a lot of issues rather than just destroying it. Triple Sage of Eyes Blues. This can turn any effect monster on your side of the board into a Blue Eyes, so you got to play them at 3, and then of course with Link Karibo even more so. 2 White Stone of Ancients. Now, I kind of and ahhed about this one. This can easily be, you could drop Sage to 2 if you want to and put the Stone up to 3. I'm still messing around with the Stone itself. First touch of spice is Triple Galaxy Soldier. Now this one isn't the one that I'm calling about. This is the one that I think everyone will like to put in. Now the reason I put this in here is because it gives you a first turn play by setting up Infinity. Now the way it sets up Infinity a bit more consistently is because of the new Imps. Now the new Imps of course help towards the ritual summoning of Blue Eyes Chaos Max. You've got Talismander and then you've got Candle. Now Candle is a light, so if it ever comes dead in your hand, if you want to bump this up to 3 you can. You get rid of it with Galaxy Soldier. Now, the reason I put Galaxy Soldier in is because Blue Eyes actually want themselves to be engraved. They want the Blue Eyes engraved and the Dragon Spirit of White engraved. But with the Imps, you don't actually use them for ritual summoning as much or as consistently because you're going to be using the Talisman and the Candle instead of. So Galaxy Soldier still gives you that ability of getting a Chaos Max on board for free with one of these bad boys, but then on top of that, also getting an Infinity on board, putting a Blue Eyes in graveyard that you can Silver's Cry back, or of course bring back with a true Return of the True Kings, or the Dragon Return. We'll get there eventually. Return of the Dragon Lords. Now, for the spice. This is the spicy little tech that I've touched in, and that is Black Luster Soldier Envoy. Now the reason this is in here is because Link Karibo is a dark, the Talisman is a dark, and then the rest is all light. It's a light target and a level 8, so if it ever comes dead, you trade it in. If it doesn't become dead, you get rid of it. If it comes dead and you've got a Galaxy Soldier, you get rid of it off of that. If you get it into the graveyard, it can treat itself as a light target for the second BLS, but then of course, you're going to be going through the Imps. Now, I'll explain the Imp ratios right now, is we've got 3 Imps of the Talisman because I want to see that in the hand, and I've only got 2 Candles because I don't want to see that in the hand at all. I want Candle to be coming from the deck more times than the Talisman because the Candle searches you out the ritual spell. Now, taking out Manju. Now, by taking out Manju, I've put in the Talisman and the Candle. If you want to put Manju back in, by all means, you can take the Galaxy Soldier engine out straight away. It just gives you a couple of options to play with. The Candle searches you out a ritual spell when it's special summoned from deck, and the Talisman searches you out a ritual monster. Now, because I've got more ways of searching the ritual monster, it's kind of why I've lent more towards the Talisman in my hand to special summon from, and the Imp, the Candle to come from deck. So that's just my explanations on those and why I've chosen those ratios. It is something for you to play around with yourself and build it into your own kind of way of playing. Like I said, cutting Manju out is a big, big choice, and that is just purely for the Galaxy Soldier or the BLS. It just gives you something a little bit different to play around with. If you want to go back to a standard version, by all means, the space is there to be played with, and you can put the Manjus in to make Chaos Max more consistent. This is just to make sure that this deck isn't a one-trick pony of Chaos Max for game, and if they out your Chaos Max, you lose. This still gives you ability of Infinity, BLS, Chaos Max, and then any of the extra deck Blue Eyes monsters. We've then got Triple Call by the Grave. You do a lot of searching, a lot of drawing. You need your effects to be going off. You need to be going off. So you need to be able to stop them Ashes and Ogres, more so the Ashes and Drolls than anything else. So Triple Call by the Grave, definitely. Especially when you're going second deck. If you go first, by all means, like I said, you set up Infinity. If you go second, you still have the ability. Let's put it this way. You go second, right? And you've got a BLS in hand, the Talisman, and a Galaxy Soldier and another light or anything like that, and as long as you've got a Chaos Max build, you can go less so. Just a Talisman, a BLS, and the way of getting into Chaos Max, you go Talisman, search out your ritual spell, let's say you find Chaos Max somehow, you end the board with a Chaos Max and a BLS guaranteed on board, and then anything else you can extend with. So you want to make sure that your incantations are going off. Same with your Melody of Awakening Dragon, very important, you need those to go off, which is why you play 3 of those. Free trade-in, free Return of the Dragon Lords, all straightforward on this one. 2 Advanced Ritual Art, 2 Chaos Form, and the 1 Monster Reborn. Of course, you can't Monster Reborn back your Chaos Max, but that doesn't mean you can't bring back a Cyber Dragon Infinity and steal one of your opponent's face-up attack monsters, or of course bring back any of your Blue Eyes to get your plays going off. Now on to the extra deck. So I'll start off with the Link monsters first. We do play the 1 Link Karibo. This is for your stone to get that off of the board so it's no longer a dead draw. And then of course, like I was saying, your Sage can turn Link Karibo into a Blue Eyes if you want it to. So Link Karibo's in graveyard, and then if you have to hard summon a stone again, you've got a way of bringing it back. We've got the 1 Nightmare Mermaid. Because you do a huge amount of special summoning, you need to make sure you don't get hit with the Ibli. This can be a side deck card if you wish, but I've put it in here just as a safety out. Phoenix to deal with any troublesome back row, if like your opponent hits you with an anti-spell or anything like that. You find your way of getting into this guy and deal with that. We've got the Hip Hossingen. This is just to boost your Blue Eyes. And what you've got to remember in this one is, yes, it will boost all of your extra deck monsters, such as your Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, your Azure Eyes, your Moonlight Dragon, your Michael, your Cyber Dragons, and of course your Hope Harbinger Titanics and all of your Photons, or your Galaxies. But it will negate, or it will reduce your Chaos Max. So you've got to be very, very careful when you play this card. It's very rare that you would, but this might just tip you over the edge. If you've got a lot of Revival, but you've got no Blue Eyes engraved, you link those up, get them engraved, bring them back, and then they're going to be 3,500 beaters. And then finally for the Link monsters, we've got the 1 Borrowload, because 3 effect monsters, if the worst case happens and they steal your Chaos Max, just go steal it back with your own Borrowload. For the Synchros, of course, we've got the 1 Michael, the 1 Black Rose Moon, the 1 Azure Eyes, and they're all made possible because of the Blue Eyes Spirit of White. Then for the extra Z's, we've got the Cyber Dragon Nova, we've got the Cyber Dragon Infinity, of course, for that play, and then we've got the Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy, and then we've got the Cypher Dragon that can then go into the Full Armor Photon, and then of course the number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. So like I was saying, this version is more about variety than an all and all out push for a certain kind of engine or a certain kind of play. By all means, play around with it yourself, see what you like, see what you don't like, and kind of let us know in the comments the changes that you want to make. This is purely, like I said, if you want to go more Chaos Max focused, then I would say take out the Galaxy Soldier engine and go, definitely take out the BLS as well, and go for Manjus. If you want to leave the BLS engine in because you'll still have the Darks to be put into the graveyard, then definitely take out the Galaxy Soldier engine, and it frees up your extra deck a little bit more. It just gives you a lot more variety to play around with than it previously had. Obviously, you've got the Kaiju version as well, where you just play the Kaijus in the deck, and that of course helps you towards your Chaos Max OTKs. And then you've got stuff like Book of Eclipse, which again helps towards your Chaos Max plays. So it depends on how direct you want to go with Chaos Max, how direct you want to go with just a Blue Eyes version, and how direct you want to go with an extended Ritual version. But I hope this has helped. I hope this has given you a couple of ideas on your own Blue Eyes Chaos Max version, or of course, you know, showing you different takes in it. I don't think anyone would have called a BLS. That's the spice that I was talking about at the start. I don't think people would consider BLS at the start to put it in this deck. But even though it's a Yugi card, I think it works incredibly well in this version. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. Also, YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.